Hey, Planeswalkers, Mythras here. Hope you're doing well and staying safe. Today we're going to check out an awesome top 500 deck, but before we do so, I just want to cover off on four things for you, so just bear with me quick. The first ban restricted announcement came out today. No impacts to standard, but definitely impacts to historic. Calling that out because I do plan to create more historic content moving forward, so just want you to be aware of that. Second one, many of you have commented, not on YouTube in the comments below, but directly in other venues where I do tend to share this content with you, around trying to maintain consistency on the users of the decks. So I do plan to do that moving forward. I've been trying or have not included them in the past, mainly just to personal information and trying not to share those kinds of things. So I do plan to do that moving forward because I think it is the right thing to do, and I agree on giving credit where credit is due. As many of you know, I do create some of my own decks, but a lot of this is primarily based around playing lots of decks for you. So enjoy doing that, and I enjoy playing competitive ones, so that is one change I will be making. The third thing that I want to add in there is, as always now, I'm going to be giving you other areas where you guys can absolutely support the channel. So please keep a lookout for that, whether it's Twitch, whether it's Twitter or Facebook, obviously, or subscribing down over there. I always appreciate that. So thank you very much. And the fourth one, something a little bit different today. I just want to give a quick shout out to a comment from a subscriber here on YouTube, to Washington Guimares. I'm sorry, I probably butchered that, and I apologize, but I appreciate the comment around playing mono red man today. So with that said, and further ado, the top 500 deck that we're going to check out is a revamped Cavalcade deck that's top 500. So very excited about this, you guys. Here we go. This is the deck list for you. As always, this is posted down below in the description, so you'll have access to it. Please feel free to pick it up and play it right away. Additionally, as I had mentioned, this deck was first ran, or at least where I found it, was by a player by the name of PressAnyKey. So kudos to them for hitting the top 500 with this deck. If you do have questions, though, please ask down below. I'm always happy to help kind of mold it to your style. I think it's important to play the way that you want to play the deck. It's great to pick up decks from other players, and I like to show things that you guys can pick up and start playing. All right, now with that said, let's take a look at the M21 lift that we got. The biggest piece here is Chandra's Pyroline. So this creature, when we do damage, non-combat damage, we get +1/+0 and gains double strike. So we can kind of think through this as the flyer that was in the other deck, Chandra's Spitfire. So something to keep in mind. Now the other thing that I will call out is the other Cavalcade deck is still viable. I'll put a link in the description for you guys too if you want to check that one out for other options. That was a top 1,000 deck last season. The other thing that I want to call out here is this deck list is, at least the sideboard is a lot different than the other sideboard, so I think it will give you some good options. So we'll go ahead and take a look at the sideboard here, but before we do so, I want to call it one other key component on this deck. We got Heartfire here. This is going to come in handy a lot for us. So this is a big change up between the other Cavalcade deck as well. All right, so sideboard best of 3. We have Red Cap Melee. You're going to want to run this. I don't know if I'd run this in Mirror. I probably would, just for Torbran and potentially Anax, but maybe you could consider it slightly overkill, but you definitely probably run it in Mirror. Run this against the Sack decks or Rakdos decks. Anything running red, you're probably going to want to play this to get Planeswalkers off, those kinds of things as well. Next, we have Fire Prophecy and Scorching Dragonfire. So most of you will notice is 3 damage. This is huge for us to get out of the way in terms of other aggro decks. So you're going to want to play both of these, and primarily Dragonfire here because the exile is going to be huge for you to get things out of the board. So this is going to be things like Mono Black, the Rakdos Knights deck, the Mardu Knights deck, Mono White, and mono red decks. So lots of those things are absolutely, we're going to want to play this. You'll also notice that the sideboard is heavily oriented towards other aggro stuff. Next we have Bone Crusher, so same thing against all those aggro decks. Now the third one here is, or the last one here, that's we're running 3 of, and this is pretty important, Tybalt. So you're going to want to run this against all the things like Bant, mono white, especially anywhere you're going to run into life gain. So this is going to help you shut those down. This will run great against sack decks as well, and be a big game changer for you. You may want to consider running it main board for best of 1. Obviously it's not set up that way right now, but you could do that. Now where would I sideboard? Best of 1, we're running 22 lands, so we could go down to 20. I tend to run 2021 a lot, so that would give you a first spot to kind of do some of that sideboarding. The second piece where I may do some sideboarding is I would maybe consider Forbidden Friendship to remove, or maybe up higher on the curve here. And that's exactly where I would go as well with other aggro decks. So keep that in mind. Now the other thing you might want to do is maybe trim 1 or 2 Torbrands off the top end as well, if you really want to keep those 1/1s in there for the extra damage. But that's kind of where I would start. I think it's going to be important to keep Heartfire in, especially against creature-based decks, and also get some final over-the-top kind of closer. So, all right. With that said, that was a mouthful. I know I've tried to get through these things fast, kept it to about 5 minutes, and thank you for listening to my public service announcement there. So let me know what you think about those changes. Always love the feedback, and happy to take that in. So let's move on to our 3 matches here with our lovely Cavalcade 500 deck by PressAnyKey. Let's begin. Now, quickly, as always, I just want to say thank you, Planeswalkers. I appreciate your feedback, your support, and your patronage. Please feel free to subscribe to the channel down over there. As I mentioned before, other ways you can support: Twitter, Twitch, Facebook, all those things. All right, so here we go. We go first. This is a great start for us. We will keep this and go from there. And I have no sound. It's so quiet. That's too loud. There we go. All right. I almost feel like going Scorch is going to be the better option here, actually. So we will do that. Hopefully they will not have a counter here, but maybe they will. Alright, so that was quick. And that should give us some good damage. So effectively, if we can get Torbrand on the board, we got game. And I think we're going to be there, you guys. So that is going to be 9. We got plenty. So this is 9 plus another 9. Boom! Now that was a perfect curve for us, almost. We decided to play the Scorch twice back to back, and hey, maybe we'll hit Diamond today. Back to back instead of dropping Cavalcade. Did that because third turn there's going to be more damage, so that's why I did that. What would I have sideboarded in? I probably would have put Tybalt in that space. All right, there we go. Let's go on to the next match number 2, and watch. Maybe we'll get through all the games in less than 6 minutes, and you guys can make fun of me for talking more than playing. All right, Finnegan, here we go. I like this start for a couple different reasons, but we don't have high-end curve. I'm going to try it, though. Playing the Grim first because I can drop both Tin Dodgers next with haste. Now, the other reason why I kept this hand was to show you the importance of having something like a Cavalcade or Torbran also in your opening hand there. So if this is a Temur Wreck deck, we will run into an issue where they can have that Scorching Dragon, I forget what it's called, the board wipe for 3. If that happens, we're going to be in a world of hurt. If we top deck a Cavalcade here, we're going to be close to match. That's 6. That should be lethal. But if they blow us out, we're going to be in trouble, and that will probably cost us the game, you guys. Because we don't have an Anax. We don't have a good way to recover from our opponent here. Another land here would also be big. There's a Cavalcade, so that's good. Hopefully there's no counter. Oh. Bummer. So where I was going with that is another land would have also gave us lethal because we have Castle Embereth there. We would have took him out because that would have been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That would have been 12 damage there, and we just did 6 on 13. Actually, would have been one shy. So if we can get it here, we'll have lethal. Land or Cavalcade will do it for us again. So I would expect him to have the board wiper card right now. Maybe not. Well, if we hit Cavalcade, here we go. There we go. This should do it, because he can block 1. We got enough through. Boom. 2 down. Oh, well, we got 2 matches. We should just call it right there, right? Now I'll play one more. Boom, rank up to Diamond Tier 4. We'll take it. I'll play one more here for you guys. So that gave us a couple different options. 1, we had Cavalcade. 2, we did not. Good runs. We're playing a little bit slower decks, which is helping right now. It's a little bit tougher when you play other aggro decks, just to call it out. Now, I am running with this Cavalcade deck right now. Right around 60%, which is pretty big. So this is a tough one. So this is a little bit different keep for us, and we will go back here. I want to make sure I got enough light. A little bit different keep for us. I'm going to play it because we have Torbran. So here's the fast deck, mono red. So this will be a good matchup for us. So we got a good turn. Whoop, turn 1. So we'll see what comes to here. So that's going to hurt us. Hopefully it hits a land. There we go. No blocks. So I will go Cavalcade here. So unlike last time, I didn't do this. If he holds something up, though, that's where we're going to run into a problem. So we're forcing some of the plays. Alright, so this is good for us for a couple different reasons. So no lethal here yet. I'm not going to block. for one reason. I don't want to lose my stuff if we block. So let's talk through this. So if I block here, he's got 3 kills, 3 through, 5, 7, 8. So we'll be okay, I think. So let's try that again. So that's 3, 5, 7. So it would add another one would be 8. Plus another 3 would be 11. I think we're okay. So we have to swing for the hills. And we may be close on lethal here. I think we got it. That was spicy, you guys. That is why we do math. Even though it was a little slow and it probably looked terrible, did the right math. All right. So there we have it. Play mono red, they say, and we played mono red. So top 500 deck. Cavalcade, lovely deck. I love saying lovely, lovely, lovely. I think you guys know that. Ran really well. We saw everything except Forbidden. We didn't see a Heartfire, but we did it. So 3-0. It's been a while since we've done one of those. I don't think I've done one since I'm 21, so this is big for us. Again, here are the cards in the list. If you have questions, let me know. Happy to always chat about that. Deck list is available down below. Please let me know again. And here's the sideboard. If you got questions, shoot me a question. And last, as always, just want to say thank you. Please feel free to subscribe to the channel down there or support through Twitter, Twitch, or Facebook. Would love seeing you guys. Eventually, I'll probably expand that to more. So take care, Planeswalkers. Enjoy this deck. It is running hot. I can feel the steam coming off after those 3 matches. So quick and nice and played well and into Diamond. So you know it works. Take care. We'll see you again soon, Planeswalkers. Mythras out.